G'day folks, welcome back to another episode of Awesome Aussie Adventures. Follow us this week on our journeys from the stunning treetop walks and waterfalls of the Otways to the peaceful tranquility of the Campaspe River. And don't forget, if you enjoy our content, you can help support us by hitting that like and subscribe button. So here we are in Treetop Walk, just making our way up to the visitor centre, 300 metre walk from the car park. So let's go and have a look to see what it's all about. Well, we've just come through the reception, which is pretty quick and easy. We bought our tickets online already, which made life that little bit easier.
And I think you get a discount if you buy them online.
I think they were how much? $25?
$25 online.
Yeah, there you go. So basically straight through reception, self-guided tour. So off we go. As you're walking down, it's beautiful scenery. It actually reminds me a bit of rainforest. It reminds me of up in Youngler. The only real difference being it seems a lot drier. So if you've ever been up in Youngler and had a look at all the undergrowth and all the stuff on the ground, it's always moist, but here it's always a lot drier, which does make it a lot more stable when you're walking as well. So as you leave the information centre, it's a gentle decline on a forest path. It's a little uneven but pretty well maintained.
So if you've got the kids with you, you've got the enchanted forest.
Awesome, let's go. Let's do this. Now I don't want to have to carry you back if you start getting scared of heights.
Yeah, that is going to be the big problem here.
It's nowhere near as high as I thought it would be. So it's not too bad. So even if you've got a fear of heights, I don't think this should bother you too much. I think Manny disagrees with me though.
I'm just dramatic.
In saying that, I have been a crane driver and rigger and I'm pretty used to heights as well.
Okay, so we are going to try filming some of this, but it will depend on how well I manage as to how much I film. So for anyone who's already seen the episode the other day, you'll know how much Amanda loves this. Being able to see the ground you're about to fall through. Always fun. But that's okay. Oh, shit. And for added fun, you can feel the structure move when people walk on it. Yay! And he handles it without even thinking about it.
Here we are up in the crow's nest on the lookout of the Treetop Walk. If you have a look around, absolutely stunning views. It's a bit of a, I think they said 47 metres up a spiral staircase to get up here, but well worth the effort.
Just going to say, I am extremely proud of myself for getting up and down that spiral, because that was very difficult for me.
So we're out on the cantilever now. I'm not sure how Mandy's going to take it. There is a fair bit of sway in it, but if you take a look around, everything just looks spectacular out here. What awesome views do you get? So Mandy's made it out. I think she's a little bit nervous with all the swaying.
Just a little bit. And Kieran's actually swaying it on purpose, so if he doesn't stop, he's going to be walking home.
I've got the car keys. So what do you reckon so far of the Treetop Walk?
It's too high. No, it's beautiful.
Heights you get used to.
If you can get over the fact that the grill you can see through, it's beautiful. It's definitely worth it. I mean, I'm terrified of heights and I still would definitely say it's worth it. It's
just grid mesh flooring. It's ever worked in construction, you're pretty well used to that sort of stuff. But
it's been here for over 20 years, so...
Yeah. If you're not used to it, don't look down. Look across. Still beautiful views looking all the way across.
Yeah, he makes it sound like that's so easy. Don't look down.
Yeah. So what do you reckon? Back to the cafe, have a cup of coffee?
Maybe a giant chess game?
Yeah, there is a giant chessboard out front. Might have a crack at that. And then, after all that, I reckon we'll go have a look at some waterfalls or something, eh?
Yeah, coffee first.
Coffee first. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, so we're heading back to the visitor centre for what Kieran thinks is a coffee, but since I've worked so hard, I think it should be like a milkshake or a piece of cake, maybe.
So just another point to remember, if you are struggling to walk on these forest tracks, being a little bit uneven, they do offer a buggy service that will take you down to the Treetop Walk as well. Apparently you can book that when you book your tickets online. So if you do struggle with the mobility issues, that's another great option to help get you down there too. You still obviously have to walk along the treetop route, but it'll avoid that forest track and all that uneven ground.
Okay, so we've just finished the Treetop walk, which was lovely.
Yep.
We're going to sit in the cafe now and have something cold. Well, I'm going to have something cold, he's going to have a coffee. The only thing I would note if you're coming out here is if you book online it's cheaper, but also they're cashless. So make sure you've got your debit card on you, because the cafe, the gift shop, etc. don't take cash at all. Yep. So just something to keep in mind.
And it is a bit of a hike on the way back after the Treetop walk.
Yes,
so 1.2 kilometres of the forest track. And that's mostly on a slight incline too. So just be prepared for that. If you've got a walking stick, bring it with you. It might help you along the way too, especially as you get a bit older.
Yeah, definitely should have brought mine.
Yeah.
But there is chairs.
Yeah.
Like every little bit or so, there's
plenty
bench
of chairs.
seats. Yeah.
And you can always sit back and relax in the cafe afterwards. We've just grabbed a muffin and an orange juice.
Yep.
Coffee's on its way.
That's the treat for finishing.
And
the walk.
We might even stop and have a game of chess, because if we have a look just behind us here, right there, you'll be able to see that chess set there. So I might get up and have a crack at that soon too.
Yep.
All right, enjoy. Off to the waterfalls next.
Off to the waterfalls next.
Okay, so I've come to Hopeton Falls. It's just a short drive from the Treetop walk we've just been to. Just thought have a look at this one, because there's not a lot of walking involved to get down to it. There are a few steps though. But we've also sussed out a couple of camping grounds. Hopefully move the caravan down to early next week, just to give us a better base to explore the region from. In the meantime, we'll go for a walk down and have a look at the falls. So if you've got a leg injury, it could be a bit of a struggle to get down. Lots of uneven steps on the way down, just to make life a little bit more difficult. Here we are. We made it all the way down to the bottom of the steps. It is pretty uneven, some odd and even steps, a little bit rough coming down. It's not all that far, but once you make it down, it's definitely worth it once you take a look around. If you can have a look at those falls there.
Hi everyone. Okay, so we've come to our location, which today is Aysons Reserve. The roads were way bumpier than I was hoping for with my sore foot, but we have just arrived and I've opened the caravan and found a nice lovely mess. So it looks like I've lost everything off the top bunk, has hit the floor. So joys of travelling. Now I get to clean that up before I get to unpack. So, and it's already, I think, 6:30, so it's going to be a late night.
Well, back out here again, going to have another crack at this fishing. I'm determined I've got to get something for dinner before this episode goes out. Mandy's back up there doing a bit of washing, so I figured I'd get back while I've got the peace and quiet and do a bit of fishing. Let's see how we go, hey? Not having much bloody luck at this whole fishing caper. I reckon I need to do a bit of investigation, find out exactly what bait's needed on this river. But we'll keep giving it a crack. Sooner or later we'll get something, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Well, this is pretty peaceful out here without everyone. Now that everyone's gone, eh?
Very quiet out here.
You just hear everything.
Yeah. But no fish.
Did you hear all those galahs earlier?
I did.
It's like being in Canberra with all those galahs. We'll see how we go. I've got a prawn, you got a lure. See who gets one first.
Me. Because mine got further than yours.
Yeah, I reckon you'll snag yours first though.
I absolutely agree. I already got it snagged in a tree.
There you go, folks. I told you she'd be the first one to get a snag.
Not snagged. It's just having a break on something.
Just having a break.
It is. It's just having a break. You
know those lures are expensive.
Yeah, I do. It's not in the budget to buy more, so if it's lost, it's too bad.
Means you'll have to try getting your fingers dirty using the bait.
No. It's really stuck up for the record.
Yeah,
I'll just cut the bloody line.
you go for a swim, try and get it out if you really want to.
Well, we know that's never going to happen. That's fine. I'll sit here a bit longer.
You reckon if a fish bites it, it's going to get it off the ground?
Yep, that's exactly what I think.
Gotta love Mandy's casting. She managed to catch the tree. It took her 4 goes last time. Let's see how she goes this time.
Don't be like that.
Here you go. Attempt number 2. Hey! Only took you 2 goes this time, babe. You're getting better. You reckon you're going to get some dinner for us?
No, then you'll make me touch it. I'll cast it, you reel it in.
Deal. Don't you bloody hate it? I've got to leave the car running for a little while this morning. So what happened was the missus, she's hurt her foot, so I put her up on a bit of bed rest, and I thought I'd do the right thing and chuck a couple of pies in the oven in the car for dinner last night, just save her getting up and doing any cooking. So I come out this morning to grab some stuff out of the drawers, and wouldn't you know it, the bloody pie oven was still on. So note to self, next time you decide to cook dinner, make sure when it's done, you turn the bloody pie oven off. So checked my battery this morning, it was down to 15% in the second battery, so we'll give it a bit of a charge up while we're going today. Tell you what, I've got to catch something before this episode goes out. We've been, on the road for nearly a month now. So far I've caught 1 carp. And that was at Lake Colac. Something tells me I might be using the wrong bait. So wasn't sure what to use out here on the river. So I've just gone with some prawns. Let's see how that goes. Hopefully that'll work a bit better. Maybe we'll catch something edible. That'll make a nice change. So when we pulled into the park here, look, it was a Saturday morning. There were a few vans around, but still not a lot, not overcrowded. Everyone sort of kept themselves and it was nice and quiet. So it was pretty good. Come Monday morning now, it's almost all but deserted. I think there's maybe 3 vans left, and they're all way off over in the distance, so almost got the whole place to ourselves. It's bloody awesome. Best thing about a place like this too is, if needed, when you're only starting out, it's only 8 kilometres into town, so if you run out of anything, quickly jump back in. While we're still learning to live off-road, it's always handy to be close by somewhere, just in case we do need to pop into town, but fingers crossed we'll go without it. Don't know if you can see the sun glistening off the river down there. Bloody beautiful. Let's grab the camera here, and I'm not sure if you can see that down there, but if you can, even better. So we gave it a crack with the lures yesterday. End up losing both of them, so that's an expensive habit to learn. There are a lot of reeds, it looks like a lot of broken trees, etc. under the river, but so we'll just go back to traditional bait, trying prawns today. If that doesn't work, tomorrow I'll give it a crack with the squid, see if that does any better. I could just sit here listening to those birds all day. I reckon there's more glass out here than in Canberra, and that's saying something. So it's been a quiet couple of days. Mandy's hurt her foot, so she's just resting up keeping the weight off it a little bit. I've just been down here enjoying a little bit of fishing. Not having much luck at it, but giving it a crack anyway. Just see how it goes. So we'll just lay low for a couple of days. When Mandy's ankle and foot's feeling a bit better, we'll do a bit of exploring around this region as well. Apparently there's a reservoir or dam just up the road that's supposed to be quite spectacular. So hopefully next episode we'll go out, we'll have a look at that and show you exactly what's there. Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy. Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy. I don't think they're listening. Going, you blokes must be starving by now. You haven't even had a nibble. But to be honest with you, I can't blame the fish for not eating prawns. I mean, I don't eat them myself, so how can I expect the fish to eat it? See, all week I've been calling it the Campaspe River. Apparently there's another P on the end, it's Campaspe River. Something like that anyway. If I've got it wrong, let me know. So thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe in order to keep up with our adventures next week as we investigate the area around Aysons Reserve.